Welcome into All Things LA Real Estate. My name is PK Knoll. I'm running point on this channel. This is your February real estate update for La Cañada, Flintridge. Maybe my favorite neighborhood on the east side. Certainly in my top 5 throughout the east side as far as any neighborhood goes. And it comes from a couple of perspectives. Number one, beautiful homes, extremely high ticket prices. Unfortunately, we're going to get into all of that. Incredible schools, probably the best schools in my opinion on the east side, maybe in all of Los Angeles. I actually have a video on it for the La Cañada Flintridge schools. Go ahead and scroll back to the videos. You can check that out. It's also very accessible. It does sit all the way up on that kind of north side, the northwest side of Glendale. So it might seem like it's far, but it sits right at the top of the 2. The 2 is the best highway in Los Angeles. Beautiful views coming north as you get up into the mountains. As you come south, you come down, you get a great view of downtown LA. So cruise that street if you get the opportunity. But the 2 is never busy. It'll get busy down by the 5, especially during evening rush hour. But you can get up and down and get to the 134, to all the places you need to go to in a relevant time in comparison to Glendale, Pasadena, anywhere in the valley. So don't take it as an essence that this is too far away. My commute time is going to be, it's not. You're going to be able to make some moves from La Cañada Flintridge. I promise you that. There'll never be an influx of traffic on that top side where the neighborhood is located, so it gives you opportunities to keep it moving. Here's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to break down the financial aspects of the neighborhood, tell you exactly what the numbers are telling you. I know it's not the most attractive aspect of real estate. You'd rather look at beautiful homes and pools and bathrooms and bedrooms, but if you're going to be considering selling, if you're going to be considering buying, you've got to know the finances of the neighborhood. And that's what we're going to break down here. Current numbers, month over month, year over year, find exactly what's happening. Let's go. Now, we're jumping into the current statistics out in La Cañada Flintridge. First thing I do want to kind of give you guys a little bit of insight on is where rates are, because rates is the big issue. Obviously, we just kind of edged back over 7%. We saw it teeter down for a little while. It jumped back up. But Jerome Powell just came out, did not do any rate cuts in his last Fed meeting. Unfortunately, he's made it clear that he's probably also going to stay put when it comes to the March meeting, which is on the 20th. Earliest we could start to see some serious interest rate cuts would probably, I think it's the May 1st meeting, likely June. He still is anticipating 3 cuts throughout this year. What's going to happen when that occurs? So when you start to see the rate cuts, the sentiment in the market changes. There's a lot of buyers who've been sitting on the sidelines 6, 12, 18, 24, 30 months. And as the rates start to come down, affordability gets a little bit better and they jump back into the market. Prices start to tick up because the inventory is so low. There's not a lot of options. Home sellers who've been sitting on the sideline who are getting closer to the rate that they're paying currently are probably going to start to list their hopefully going to start listing their homes. And then we can start to eventually kind of teeter back to a normal market, a normal real estate market, 6, 12, 18, 24 months. So hopefully sooner than later, but I just wanted to give you guys some insight as far as that stuff goes. Currently, out in LCF, we got 21 homes available for sale. That is +6 over January. We only had 15 as we tiered into January, but we are back up over 20 where we saw this number consistently in 2023. So it's nice to see that jump occur in the neighborhood. 5 of those homes have seen price drops. So about 25% of them, a little bit less than 25%. No worries there. It's just in essence, this is such a high ticket price, the most expensive neighborhood on the east side. We're going to get on that here moment. But it is worth it. Like I mentioned, schools, safe, no homeless, beautiful. You can get around from there. So it all kind of makes sense. Minimum price right now to get in the neighborhood is $1.698 million. So this is going to be in essence where there's not a lot of activity in LCF because of the high ticket prices. There's not a lot of people who can finance at a 7% interest rate when the minimum ticket to get in the neighborhood is about $1.7 million. Our top end right now, $8.35 million. Our average is 4.439, 476. That is a number that is very consistent that we've seen month over month if you've been following along throughout 2023 as we moved into January and now here February. So that's good. We want to see consistency in the numbers because it gives us perspectives. If I'm a homeowner, it lets me know it's one of the metrics I can look at to see if I'm getting that appreciation. It's also something that you can track as a home buyer to kind of have an understanding of as far as where the neighborhood's going. Median right now is 4.190. We always throw the median there with the average because sometimes there's an outlier. We've occasionally seen 8-figure homes available for sale in LCF. So we throw the median in there, just make sure there's not an outlier that's throwing the average number off. Days on market for the second straight month, it is 100. That's the second straight month we've been over 100 days on market, and that's with the new inventory. There are just so many high ticket priced homes right now that have just been sitting. And the anticipation is that they might have to, either wait it out, however long that takes, or we might start to see some more price drops because technically, essentially, when it comes to any neighborhood, 60 days is really the kind of time stamp when a home seller starts to lose their patience. And for a lot of real estate agents, the only move they have in their bag is to do a price drop, which makes a ton of sense. Maybe bring in some buyers who are just priced out of the home. But we'll see. Hopefully that we get more inventory coming in as we move into, March, April, May, and that can bring the days on market down. But there's a lot of people in the neighborhood. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines, you might be able to come in for some of these homes who have been sitting 100, 120, half a year in the neighborhood, and maybe put an offer below the list price and get that home that you've been looking at and save a little money off the top. February of 23, we had 13 homes sell, 103% clip. So on average, those homes were selling 3% over the list price. So it was a very healthy February of last year. All things considered, 2023 was not a very great year when it comes to real estate in general, but we did have 13 homes sell. We probably will not get back to that number from a year-over-year perspective with only 21 on the market. Rates still at 7%, or average still sitting up at 4.4, with no low ticket items really on the market with that $1.698 million home. So we'll keep our eye on that. We do this every single month. Check in next month on the March update because we'll break down exactly what happened in February. But let's go take a quick peek at the January, see how the month started out in La Cañada, and see how things are progressing. We always want to take a look at what happened in the previous month out in these neighborhoods that we do these monthly breakdowns on. Obviously, long-term perspectives are very important to understanding the metrics and the finances of a neighborhood. But if you're somebody who's looking to buy now, what's most relevant is what's most recent. So we always check on last month because it's going to give you some insights as far as what's happening in the neighborhood and what you can expect if you're about to go out and make some offers. If you're about to go out and make some offers, you better have an agent already. Now, the real estate game has a good chance of changing. I'm not sure if you're aware about some of the trials and the civil suits that are going on in the industry that could shake things up a little bit. I got a video coming on that very soon. But as of right now, it costs you no money to get with an agent. You're never going to put an offer if the house isn't right. And even if you're going to wait 6-8 months, it always helps to get some professional help now. Set a game plan, get an extra set of eyes, looking for that right home to come available. So keep your eye on that. January, we only had 3 homes sell, 98% clip. That is an 84% decline from December. In December, 18 homes sold in La Cañada-Flintridge. We only had 3 in January. Monster declines as far as that goes. 98%. What that tells us is even those 3 homes, they sold on average 2% below the list price. So when you come in with your list price, it's very, it's not too difficult to come up with a strong comparative market analysis. Normally, people are going to list that price at what the market has told them recently their home is worth. So when you see it go below the list price, they didn't have major demand. They had to make some concessions, and one of those concessions was obviously on price. Total is $8.27 million for the 3 homes sold. So not a lot of revenue in the real estate game for January in La Cañada-Flintridge. Especially if you look at the average price being 4.4, we only had $8.27 million in total sales. So obviously not the best month. The low end, we had a home sell for $870K. That is the first one under $1 million in months. Now, as you might expect, that home needed a full rebuild. So if you think you're getting into La Cañada-Flintridge for $870K, you are mistaken. Maybe if you go up, if you're adamant about living on that kind of top side, maybe if you jump west a little bit, get La Crescenta and some other neighborhoods, the prices start to drop a little bit, but obviously you lose some of the things by moving west in that direction. But this home needed a lot of work, needed a rebuild. So that's kind of in essence, in most East side neighborhoods, you can expect the land to be about 400, 500K. And locking you out of Flintridge, it's probably 800K. So that's where that one kind of came in. We did have a sale at $5 million on the dot. It's weird they didn't go 4,999 because that would have changed some of their tax stuff. Not my deal. Don't care. Average price of those homes sold, 2.756, 666. The median was 2.4. So we had the home sell at $5 million. We had one sell at 2.4, and then we had the 870. The 2.756 is very consistent with what we've seen recent months out and locking out of Flintridge. We like to see some consistency because it gives us better perspectives as far as the numbers moving forward. If you're a home owner in the area, it's one of the metrics you can take a look at to understand the appreciation going on. Days on market for these homes is only 19. So we talked about it. 100 days on market is the average for the homes available for sale. These homes that sold was 19. Now, typically the homes that sell is between 15 and 30. But what that tells us is that we had homes that got in the market, did a round of open houses, and got the offers that they wanted. That's why you need to be with an agent now, because if that right home becomes available, you don't have time to go take a look at it, then go start talking to agents, then start talking to financiers and lenders, and then put in your offer, because if the home is right, other people are going to like it as well, and it's going to go off the market. January of 2023, out in La Cañada, there was 11 sales at 101% clip. And so you give a little bit of a comparative as far as what we're dealing with now. December of 2022, there was 13, and then it jumped to January and went to 11. So it dropped a little bit, but it's not like the 18-3 that we saw, over the past couple months here in La Cañada, Flintridge. 73% decline year over year, 11 last year in January. We're down to 3. So we're really hoping with the extra inventory that just came in that we can get that number 21 to kind of jump up to 25 and start flirting with 30, bring that days on market down, maybe get a few affordable houses back in the $2 million range. We'll see how things go as far as that. But we're really hoping as we get towards the middle part of this year that we can start seeing some year over year declines. But outside of Atwater Village, which didn't have a single sale in January, the 73% decline year over year is the biggest on the east side. So not a hot January, but we're staying positive. We're staying at it. Keep you updated in February. Thank you so much for watching the video. We do this every single month for almost every neighborhood on the east side. We're doing Pasadena, Silver Lake, Eagle Rock, Highland Park, Glendale, La Cañada, El Sereno, Cypress Park. The list goes on and on. So like and subscribe to the channel if you are so inclined. If you're somebody who's looking to purchase a home on the east side of Los Angeles or sell your home, I am happy to help out with you. Reach out to me. You can send me a direct message online, or all of my phone numbers are listed. Even if you're somebody who's hesitant with 7% interest rates, that puts us in the same boat. It always helps to start preparing for future opportunities because you don't want to miss the boat there. We will tread lightly. We will look for value, and we will get it done. I also do a ton of other videos. I get into the schools. I get into, the restaurants in the neighborhood. I get into the attractions in the neighborhood. I do some other fun videos like quick cribs. So once again, like and subscribe if you are so inclined. Have a great day. Be kind.
Yeah.